Dear learners, Assalamu alaikum. I ask you for taking your textbook English for today again. Okay? You should read out with me. In my previous class, I completed first two paragraphs. Okay? In this class, Inshallah, I will try to complete next three paragraphs from this lesson. Okay? In the first sentence of the paragraph number 3, it is written that, read out with me. In a way, the boy is telling that in a way, I am lucky because I am alive. My friends who work sorting rubbish in dumps often suffer from serious diseases. Dear learners, the boy is telling that in a way I am lucky because I am alive. That means in a way he is lucky. The boy is lucky. Okay? Because he did not die. Still he did not die. He is alive. Dear learners, look one thing. You are living with your family. Okay? Sometimes it may happen that you don't get this, you don't get that. Okay? But then you become sad. But this boy is getting nothing. He is telling that he is lucky enough because he is alive. So, remember one thing. In which situation he is. Okay? My friends who work sorting rubbish in dumps often suffer from serious diseases. Here the boy is telling about his friends. He tells that his friends who work sorting rubbish, that means his friends who work selecting rubbish in dumps often suffer from serious diseases. His friends are infected in critical diseases. Who are sorting rubbish in where? In dumps. One of them was recently killed after he fell into a hole that opened up in the pile of trash. Here the boy describes about an accident. His friends, one of his friends was killed. When? After he fell into a hole that opened up in the pile of trash. Many of us work for 10 to 12 hours and get so little in return that we can't even buy food. In this sentence, the boy is giving ideas, giving description about their work hours. He tells that many of them, he and his friends, have to work for 10 to 12 hours, but they get so little in return, and with that they can't even buy food. Dear learners, in this paragraph, the description of the boy is that he tells that he is lucky enough because he is still alive. He is also telling about his friends one of his friends was recently killed in time of selecting trash, and he is also telling about their work hours. They have to work 10 to 12 hours, but after working this long period they don't get enough money. The money they get can't be used even for buying something. Okay? Then the next paragraph, here the boy is telling show shining is very popular among the street kids. Show shining means, show means what? Show means boot. Okay? Shining means glowing. Show shining. Show shining is very popular among the street kids. Here the boy is telling that among all the works for the street children, the work of show shining is very popular. A few of my friends also work in factories and workshops. The boy is telling that a few of his friends also work in mills, factories and workshops. Factories and workshop means a center or a place where something is produced, something is manufactured. A boy I know lost one of his eyes after a piece of hot glass flew into his eye at the glass factory where he worked. Here Marigo is giving a description about a boy who once worked in a factory, in a glass factory. Marigo tells that he know a boy who lost one of his eyes. How? In time of working in a glass factory, a piece of hot glass flew into the eyes of the boy whom Amerigo knew. And after the accident, the owner refused to pay for medical help and fired him. After the accident, the owner of the factory should have given medical facilities for the child, but the owner refused to pay anything for medical help. And not doing this, the owner of the factory fired the boy, okay, without any payment. And in this paragraph, Marigo tells us about the most popular work for street children, and he also described about a boy whom he knew and who lost one of his eyes in time of working in a glass factory. And he also describes the behavior of the factory owner. Then come to the last paragraph. Marigo is telling that for me, like all other children on the street, it is very hard. Here Marigo is telling that like all other street children, for him also living in such a condition is not easy. It is very tough. It is very hard. He tells I am always hungry and I don't know where I will sleep the next night. In this sentence, the explanation of this sentence is that Marigo always remains hungry and he doesn't know where he will sleep the next night. That means the living place, although he is living on the streets, but his living place and his living time are not definite, okay, are not certain. And the next sentence, I would like to live in my own home and sleep there in peace. Here another desire of the boy arises. In this sentence, the boy is expressing his another desire, which desire he will never fulfill, okay, which desire will never be fulfilled for him. What is the desire? The boy is telling that he wants to live in his own home and he wants to sleep in peace. The boy is in a tough condition. He wants to live at his own home and he is also telling that he wants to sleep in such an environment which is peaceful for him. So which environment can be peaceful for a child? A nice home and a nice environment with parents, okay, maybe a peaceful environment and a peaceful home for a child. That means his ultimate desire is to live with his parents. Dear learners, you are living in a family, you are living with your family members, with your father and mother. Suppose today your mother is outside home. So what it will happen? Okay, and it will happen something strange for you. But this child is living every day without his parents. Okay, here I am also telling, I also want to tell you that the ultimate desire of the child is to live with his father and mother. Okay, and he is also telling that the nights are very cold in winter, you can die of cold in the street. Another sad tone arises here. The boy is describing that the nights in the winter season is very cold and a child or a man or a person can die of bitter cold in the night of winter. Dear learners, every day you are living, you are sleeping at home, but think of this boy. He has no home, he has no relatives. Sometimes he remains hungry. Some nights he has to spend without eating anything. So this boy is completely deprived of his own rights, and this condition, this situation is out of human rights. Dear learners, in this class I discuss the next part of this lesson, Marigo, a street child. I hope that you are listening to my lecture attentively, and I also hope that you will listen to this lecture time and time. Inshallah, in next classes, I will be present with another different topics. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.